And we are live.
Hi.
Hi there. I am Michael from The Game Boys. THEGMEBYZ.
And I am Chris from the Game Boys. THEGMEBYZ.
And this is the Game Boys show.
Welcome to our humble little corner of the internet.
And speaking of humble little corners of the internet, you know who I imagine the type of person that is not humble, but is also maybe just sitting in a corner, judging people, being mean to people, perhaps even flipping off people?
Adam Sessler.
Close. Very close.
Oh. Who?
Very close. So this is someone that I've dubbed maybe to me the biggest douche in gaming.
How is it not Adam Sessler?
So okay, you might be right that it is Adam Sessler, but however, I do want to say so. On YouTube, I like to watch this guy called Juicehead. He covers a lot of just Bethesda games, basically, and Bethesda news.
I always kind of wondered how YouTubers do that forever. They just cover like one company, and that's their entire channel. It seems like you're very limited in the content you can make.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? I don't know how they do that.
Or why they do that, but okay.
I don't know either. Chris, can you do me a favor?
What's that?
I am getting an echo from you.
And I'm not getting an echo from you.
Okay, and I want you to go on our YouTube right now and see if you're getting an echo. Because now I'm curious.
All right, hold on. Like if I can hear an echo?
Like live echoing.
Live trouble streaming problems right now. Let's do this.
I mean, this is the beauty of a very professional podcast, is that we can do this. Now, if there is no echo from you on YouTube, I will just keep going.
I don't hear any echo.
Okay, that's fine. I will just keep going then. I will just ignore the echo in my ears. So I was watching Juicehead, right? This guy who somehow makes a living off of YouTube just talking about one company. I agree with you. I don't know how they do it. I really don't. But essentially what he was doing was he was talking about a potential Fallout New Vegas 2 rumor or leak.
Now, when he talks about this, is he talking about it like the same way Mr. Boss for the Win talks about potential GTA 6 rumors and leaks? Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
Okay. Mr. Boss for the Win is a guy who has been talking about potential GTA 6 confirmations and leaks for the past 6 years. This has been his whole channel. And this is all he talks about is potential GTA 6 leaks. So it's gotten to the point where 3 years ago, one of the actors for GTA 5 called him out directly and said, "Hey, Mr. Boss, fuck the world," or whatever your name is. You do not have any information. You're just clickbait. You need to stop. Like it was kind of amazing. But anyway, please continue.
Yeah, no. This is not what Juicehead does. Juicehead will normally talk about like, oh, here is a brand new mod that came out for Skyrim, or here is a brand new update coming to Fallout 76, or oh, here's a new release info that Bethesda and Todd Howard talked about Starfield. He'll do stuff like that.
Wait, who?
Oh, God Howard.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, the God Howard. Sorry, please forgive me, Lord and Savior God Howard, for misusing your name and saying it in vain.
Your fate will be determined later, but you are in bad standing with God Howard right now, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck Todd is, and I am so sorry, God Howard. I'm so sorry.
You should deeply apologize to our Lord and Savior.
I will. And I am right now. However, God Howard, if I may continue. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you again. So Juicehead will kind of just talk about that stuff, right? But on this, I guess video of his that I just saw eating dinner, he was talking about how this one very prominent source was talking about a potential Fallout New Vegas 2 being in the works at Microsoft. And when he said this source's name, he said, "Oh, it's from Jeff Grubb." I was like, I don't know who the fuck Jeff Grubb is. And Juicehead must have heard me because he keeps going and he explains who Jeff Grubb is. He's like, "Oh, yeah, Jeff Grubb writes for, a bunch of different, gaming sites. One of them being, I forgot the name of it, but it was like Venture Beat or something like that. I don't know if that's what it is.
That sounds kind of familiar, but it also at the same time sounds like you made it up. So I don't know what to believe.
I may have. I have no clue. But essentially, he was like, yeah, he talks about this in his podcast all the time. Now, you need to buy a subscription to listen to his podcast. And as soon as I heard that, I was just thinking, man, Jeff Grubb, what a fucking douche. Like, who the fuck pays for a podcast? Like,
well, I guess technically you pay for Spotify Premium, but you don't have to. You can just get regular Spotify.
Right. But the thing is, our podcast, granted, this is the greatest and best video game podcast in the world. But ours is free. You can listen to it on a bunch of different free podcast listening sites. And we give you all this amazing speculation and groundbreaking, prophetic news without you having to pay for it.
Well, you can pay for it if you want to. And if you pay for it, you can appear on the podcast. But that's only if you choose to. We're not forcing you to do it. Yeah, it's kind of a scumbag move.
Yeah, no, it's a very scumbag move.
And hold on. Do you think that this YouTuber is getting kickbacks from his podcast for promoting it?
No. Juicehead has nothing to do with this podcast.
Do you know that for sure? Because it's odd that he's promoting his podcast specifically.
No, he was just saying, it was like more in passing. He was like, "Oh yeah, Jeff Grubb was saying this on his podcast. It is a membership. It's something I have signed up for." But he was saying on this podcast, blah 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 blah.
Why is he signed up to his? Why, if Juicehead is doing this, it's why is he subscribing?
Well, because Juicehead is doing it for his job, right? So Juicehead is doing this to get info.
His job is to listen to the biggest douche in the universe.
Right. No. Think about this. Right. Juicehead, I guess in his mind, he's kind of like a warrior. Right? He's going out there. He's trying to make all these videos to, he's just fight for all this, gaming knowledge, right?
He's slaying the heads off demons. He's getting all the juice from them, bringing it back.
He is. But the thing is, he needs info to get us these videos. So he's like a warrior, but with, this gaming info.
Well, why does he just get the information from God Howard directly?
Sometimes he does in some of Juicehead's videos. He's like, "Oh, hey, God Howard just had an AMA on Reddit, and here's some of the big questions he answered."
Is Fallout 76 ever going to be a video game?
No, it's not.
That's the correct answer.
But no. So essentially, as soon as Juicehead mentioned that Jeff Grubb, who, in a bigger douche move, his last name is spelled with 2 B's. It's Gurbb.
Oh my God. That's like spelling your name Chris with a K. That's just fucking awful.
Exactly.
Why would you do that?
Right? Exactly. But yeah, so, and he was like, yeah, he has his podcast. He makes a lot of predictions on there. A lot of them have come true. And he mentioned there's a membership for the podcast. I'm like, are you a fucking douche dumbass? I don't know what to say. Oh, hey, hold on. We got a little bit of time left in the segment here, but I don't know if you see it right there, but B. Lefkowitz 18 has said, is GTA 6 ever going to be a video game?
That is a good question. The answer is no.
I think it is. However, I've told you my theory on it.
Hold on. My sources that I listen to through a podcast that you can only subscribe through tell me, specifically me, Jeff Grubb, with 2 B's, mind you. Jeff Grubb has told me specifically through the podcast that I paid for that GTA 6 is a myth and will never be released, so stop hoping for it. You will get GTA 5 online forever, and you'll get GTA 5 expanded and enhanced, and you're going to fucking like it.
I told you my theory for GTA 6, right?
Go on.
It is going to be GTA Online, just bigger, more expanded, 16 times the detail. And it's going to be an MMO.
Is it going to be 4 times the size
4
of GTA 4?
And 16 times the detail.
Holy shit.
All right, we're going to take a little 30-second break here. But after that break, we are going to talk about a couple of things. One of them is a game that Chris and I have both played now. And the other, we will touch on what Apex Legends Senior Citizen has said in the chat. So look forward to that, y'all. And we'll be back in 30 seconds. All right, don't go anywhere.
Big if true.
All right, so that.
Thank God we have those 30-second breaks. I was able to get a couple of good whacks in before we come back live.
I mean, that's the only thing that matters, right?
We're not live. We're not live, are we?
Oh no, Chris. Once that 30-second timer's up, we're back to being live.
Oh, I thought we were still on the 30-second timer.
No. That's done and over.
Oh,
that's done and over. Here's something I want to ask though. I know we said we were going to talk about a game we both played, but now you got me curious. How many whacks do you normally get in during a day?
I mean, listen. When you're living by yourself, you gotta get at least like 8 or 9 good whacks in per day. I mean, that's normal. It's
Wait, no, legitimately, you will get 8 or 9 whacks in a day, legitimately?
No, listen. When you're living by yourself, like I do, sometimes you gotta get like 16 or 17 good whacks in. I mean, we've all done it. We've all been there.
You get 16 or 17 whacks.
Listen. When you're living by yourself, like I do, sometimes you gotta get like 27 or 28 good whacks in. I mean, like, come on, who hasn't gotten 35 whacks in a day?
35?
I mean, listen, who hasn't done it? Who has not done it? I'll tell you who hasn't done it. Apex Legends Senior Citizen has not done it. And he asks a question. Turning 30 is for losers. That's not a question. But his real question is...
That's a statement.
Ever play State of Decay 2?
I have.
I have also. But please tell me your experience with it.
Okay, when did you play State of Decay 2? Because that is something we could have played together. Actually, I will tell you this, Apex Legends Senior Citizen, and the clips may still exist on our YouTube. I have streamed that game.
I remember you doing that. Yeah, you did it for like a hot second.
I did because my Razer laptop, I guess, can keep up with the streaming software. So I'm hoping my new MacBook Pro can.
Yeah, that was a head scratcher that you were streaming on your laptop. That was an interesting move.
I don't have a desktop.
I stand by what I said. You could have gone to the local library and streamed there. I don't know why you were insisting.
I'm too lazy.
On your shitty ass laptop. But I mean, who would stream on their laptop? That's just dumb. That's just dumb. And I'm totally not streaming on my 2014 Mac right now. I wouldn't happen. There's zero chance.
I mean, I'm not the smartest, or brightest tool in the shed.
You're not the brightest banana in the goalkeeper. Yes.
I'm not. But hot damn, I will be, man. I will be. But I have played State of Decay 2. I personally thought it was okay. I did play State of Decay 1 a lot. I like some of the new updates that did in State of Decay 2, but nothing really kept me in. I really played State of Decay 1 and hopefully State of Decay 2 just to be with my friends and kill some zombies. I feel like that's the bigger appeal to it.
I played State of Decay 1 for 3 hours and got bored and stopped playing. And I had no interest in playing State of Decay 2 because I didn't like State of Decay 1.
Right.
I felt like if you wanted to team up with your friends and kill some zombies, just play Dying Light.
Yeah, I think Dying Light 1 and 2 has been pretty fun. It's a lot harder than 1, though. I'll tell you.
I think it's because you're playing by yourself. You got to have like a co-op.
Probably. I mean, I got no one who's willing to play it with me, man. Chris, you want to play Dying Light 2 with me?
Yeah, let's play some Dying Light 2.
All right, let's do it, man.
Right.
I already got downloaded my Xbone. Not my Xbone. Jesus, what the fuck am I saying? Xbox Series X.
Please don't ever joke like that ever again.
My XSX. Oh, B. Lefkowitz 18. We would never play COD.
Speak for yourself. I would play COD. Depending on which COD it is.
Chad Johnson better never listen to this episode.
Listen. Chad Johnson, he's slowly coming around to the idea of COD, but it's like a 10-year process. So
what?
This
is breaking news.
Listen, man, do you know how long it was between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite? Do you know how many games that came out that he could play? Not many. So he slowly had to come into the Call of Duty fold.
No. Halo Infinite's out now. As far as I'm concerned, Chad Johnson doesn't know any other game exists.
Well, currently he's still playing Halo Infinite. I don't think he's aware that any other video game exists besides Madden. So it's understandable that he's just playing that. In just quick response to Lefkowitz 18, support Activision. Well, technically you're supporting Microsoft right now, and by playing Halo Infinite, you are supporting Microsoft and therefore also supporting Activision.
They're all under
there you go.
Microsoft umbrella now.
Speaking of Activision, did you hear? I can't believe we totally forgot to talk about this. Call of Duty is skipping a year this year.
Wow, that's the first time I think ever.
Yeah, it's the first time in like almost 20 years that they're not releasing a game in this year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, this is
I
huge.
Not know about that. I disagree full-heartedly with Apex Legends Senior Citizen here.
Only 5,000 people still play Halo Infinite? That is false. That is demonstrably false.
I think 5 million, billion, trillion people play Halo Infinite.
And plus, I know where he's getting his numbers from. It's bullshit.
Yeah,
he's getting his numbers from Steam. And as we all know, no self-respecting Halo player rather, will ever download the game on Steam. They only download it on Microsoft Store.
That's true. No, that's very true.
That's correct. True. And the number is 5 million. I'm pretty confident.
It is 5 million. Billion, trillion.
5 million, billion, trillion. And that's not an exaggeration. That's the exact number.
But however, though, speaking of games that we can both play together, there is a game that we have both played recently. I don't know if have you beaten it yet? Are you going through it?
No, I'm like a third of the way through.
Okay. That game, for anyone wondering, and Chris, you can hold it up for those watching on our YouTube and Twitter live stream, is Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Arceus.
Oh, that's right. It's Arceus.
Yeah, it's officially Arceus.
The official way to say it. I need to, man, that's been like 10 years of me saying Arceus.
You
Arceus.
done goofed, son. You done goofed.
I have done goofed. It's Arceus to me just flows off better, but it's Arceus.
But it's Arceus. Think of it like Noah's Ark. It makes sense.
Right. No, that does make sense. Okay, so Pokemon Legends Arceus. Chris, how have you felt about it so far as someone who kind of has not liked any of the past Pokemon games for maybe the past 7 years?
It's my favorite Pokemon game since Pokemon Y.
Okay.
I love this game. I think it's a huge breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
I love going around and just catching the low-level Pokemon instead of having to constantly and battle them all the time. And it gets so frustrating. I don't have to worry about walking around in the tall grass. I don't have to worry about any of that bullshit. And it's an open world game, like a proper open world game.
It's
beautiful. I love it.
So this is the way I tried to describe it to you before, which is think of Breath of the Wild, but with Pokemon.
It's not like quite Breath of the Wild.
It's not quite, but they're getting there.
Okay, we got breaking news from Nigio Mikaji. Vomred. I agree. I completely agree with what he's saying. I feel like this is some sort of like terrorist cell that he's trying to get us to activate.
You know, it's probably as good as a Splinter Cell.
I feel like if we say that backwards, it's like murder. It's like Red Rum in The Shining. I think, yeah, same thing.
Dermov.
I think Dermov means to kill in Czechoslovakia.
Dermov.
Mirta.
We're doing some Dermov here.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say they also announced Scarlet Violet, the new Pokemon games.
Yeah, you know, the initial starters look cool-ish. The duck with a hat looks okay. I can support that.
It's Daffy Duck.
But, the dinosaur fucks. I really like the dinosaur.
Yeah, the crocodile dinosaur.
I cannot get behind the cat because we have too many cat Pokemon as is. We need to cut that shit off right now.
You apologize to Enzo Ferrari Mancini right now.
No.
Okay. B. Luckowitz 18 does bring up a good question though. Do you miss gyms and battles? You still have battles. You do.
The battles are still there.
And they replaced the gyms with the noble Pokemon.
Yeah, and they replaced the gyms with like actual boss battles now.
Yeah, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, so it's a really good change of pace. I do kind of miss the gyms, but it's not. It's far from a deal breaker. Like, it's not the most important thing in Pokemon.
Yeah, I think ideally, to me personally, if Game Freak were to bring gyms back, one of two things. One, sure, go through the gyms, and all that. But I always felt like at the end, you should be able to like legitimately create your own gym.
That, you see, Mike, what you're doing is you're being too creative. You gotta rein that in. You can't be. This is why Nintendo would never hire you. Like, you got to slow down a little bit.
No, Game
here.
Freak. Game Freak would never.
This is why Game Freak would never hire you. You really got to slow down a little bit here.
But I will give Game Freak credit for at least trying to do something different.
Yeah, even it doesn't necessarily work all the time. Like, I really wish it played more like Breath of the Wild, where let's say there's a giant hill over there. You can climb over that hill, and over that hill is like 80 different Pokemon.
Yeah.
No, it's mostly just flat land that you ride your horse on, or whatever the Pokemon is.
Yeah, there's some other areas where you get the one, I forgot the name of it. I think it's a Sneasel, where you can climb up the sides of mountains. There's another Pokemon you can get where you can, like ride the water, and then eventually the last one you get. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
Well, that's the other problem. Well, don't spoil it for me just yet. But that's the other problem I have with the game is that there's too much water.
Oh yeah, no, and that's why I give it 7.8.
That's a very fair score, I feel like.
7.8, too much water.
Yeah, too much water.
I would disagree with Lefkowitz though. I mean, you have more than 10 battles, and you can battle the wild Pokemon if you really want to.
I mean, yeah, that's honestly what I do to level up. I beat the shit out of them.
You can beat the shit out of them, or you just keep catching them. I constantly went around and kept catching them just to get more Poke after I turned a bunch of Pokemon in.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, is constantly having to catch them all the time in order to level up now. Like, it seems bizarre.
Yeah. It's a little bizarre, but it's something I kind of got used to.
All right, but regardless, though, it is a great change of pace. I love the objectives they make you do, and I love the way of leveling up, besides catching the Pokemon over and over again. And and the story is, like, surprisingly dark. Like, it is. It took a dark turn that I was not expecting.
And I also think another thing, too, is despite what Donkey said, he said there's not too much of a story. I actually like the story.
I am kind of with Donkey in that there isn't much of a story, but the story they do tell is like harsh. Yeah, like, it starts off with like the people in this world are afraid of Pokemon, which is something I've always thought about. Like, if you're living in a world where this one little rodent can electrocute you to death at any given second, why would you not be terrified of that thing? So I'm glad they're finally addressing my personal issues with the Pokemon universe.
Exactly.
I just wish they took it a little further.
As long as your personal issues are being addressed, that's all that matters. But to me, you know what it seems like?
Seems like what?
It seems very Vom Red.
That's true. That's big if true. It's big if true.
Do you remember the bonker guy?
The bonker guy? Who was the bonker guy?
Do you remember that one time we were streaming the podcast and this one guy kept chatting on the YouTube? He was like, "Oh man, that's Bonker."
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You remember that guy?
Yeah, I do remember. I do remember that guy. I don't remember his name. We
need to use that more. We need to use that more.
Well, just we have to address a couple of things before I move on to the next topic.
I was gonna say, which comment do you want me to pull up, or can you pull them up?
I can see them right here. I can't pull them up. Okay. That's all you.
All right, which one?
Start from the bottom. Work your way up.
Okay, so we got the score should be 6.9. I disagree. 7.8. Great bait, mate. That's all I have to say.
That's all that really needs to be said.
7.8. Great bait, mate. Just remember that.
The funny thing is that review probably got more hits than any other IGN review in the history of forever.
Of all time. And because the lady was so fucking dumb to be like, "Oh, too much water, 7.8. What? The original game. All they did was remake. It was what was it? Silver?
Yeah, it was Silver.
Yeah, it was Soul Silver and Heart Gold, right?
I'm pretty confident that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mike, you don't understand. There was too much water.
I mean, 7.8.
Yeah,
great
obviously.
bait, mate.
And that lady went on to review Days Gone, and she made herself even look even more like a dumbass. But that's neither here nor there.
Is she still with the Internet Empire?
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
I mean, I don't either. Warzone, Apex Legends. Sorry, Senior Citizen. I don't know.
Get his name right, dude. Don't be rude.
I don't know who the fuck that is, and I'm so sorry to them. Apex Legends Senior Citizen says that March 15th, GTA 5 next gen upgrade free for the first 3 months. It's also free if you bought GTA 5 in 2013.
And and it should always be free from that point on, but I don't quite understand the point of reselling the same game over and over again that doesn't need to be remade. But what the fuck do I know? I'm not a video game juggernaut.
Well, this is what I do know, which is Vom Red.
Dude, that touched me right here.
Vom Red.
Vom Red, man. Oh my god, I feel blessed right now. Holy shit.
Hold on, to backtrack a little bit with the stupid IGN girl reviewing Heart Gold Soul Silver and giving it a 7.8. Apparently, this has been I don't know how big of a trend, but you have noticed, right? A lot of major games get review bombed as soon as they're released.
Depends on the game. Not all of them, but a lot. A lot
of them do.
A lot of them do, yeah.
A lot of them do. I know the 2 most recent games that come out is, the Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Forza Horizon Zero
Dawn.
Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Forza Horizon Forbidden West 2. Got review bombed when it came out.
Right.
And Elden Ring is also getting review bombed.
Okay.
Currently. Now, my
thing
is
what reasons?
Okay, so I know the Forza Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West 2 Legend of Zelda edition is getting review bombed for a couple reasons. One, apparently a lot of people just say the graphics aren't as good as they were expecting, which, you know what? They do seem very similar to the PS4 version.
Yeah, I honestly don't see much of a graphical improvement for a game allegedly releasing for PS5, but whatever.
But I still personally think we're at a point where how much better can graphics actually get? And I could be eating my words in 5 years.
Here's the thing, though. They're charging extra money for the PS5 version.
Yeah.
And the PS4 version looks basically the exact same.
Same.
I've even seen graphics comparisons to where the PS4 version looks better than the
I'm
PS5.
not surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised at all.
So, yeah, I can kind of see why. If that's the case, I can kind of see why it's getting review bombed.
Yeah. No, I can too. I can as well. The other thing that was brought up was that the game itself seems so similar to the first game.
Yep. I don't see much of a change. To the point
where people were like, this could have just been an expansion.
Okay, so it looks exactly like start the mission talking with 2 boring characters that don't have much to say to each other, go off, kill a robot, come back, have the same boring conversation again, rinse and repeat.
Essentially, yeah.
Nothing about the story seems interesting. Nothing about the world seems interesting or different from the first one. It's like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I didn't even understand the love for the first one. Like, I didn't understand why it got perfect scores across the board.
I like the first one a lot for different reasons. I mean, graphically, I thought it was on par with a lot of games of the PS4 era. But I just kind of like Aloy as a character and kind of her journey of discovering legitimately who she is and where she came from.
No, I feel like that's never been done before. This is a very original story.
And then the other complaint that I've seen people review bombing is the fact that if you zoom in on Aloy's face in the second game, she has some peach fuzz.
Why?
I guess some people just naturally have peach fuzz on their face. I don't know.
She just loves peaches. She's a huge fan.
I guess so, man. And I know Elden Ring's being review bombed on the PC version.
Okay. Yeah, that also deserves to be review bombed, I feel.
Now that's a review bombing I can get behind if it's a legitimate gripe.
Okay. Here's the thing about Elden. Oh, I want to talk about review bombs in general. I just want to talk about the Elden Ring PC problem first.
Okay.
That game, launched on PC with too many issues that need to be worked out, and they should not have released it. I don't know what they were thinking releasing it as is.
I don't either.
Because it's almost unplayable in the state that it's in.
Now, Elden Ring's a PS5 exclusive, but it's also on PC, right?
No, it's not a PS5 exclusive.
It's on Xbox Series X as well?
Yeah, it's on Series X.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was a PS5 exclusive. All right.
I don't know. That's kind of fucked up. I don't know why you thought that. Dude, you're supposed to be a video game stats and info guy. Where's the stats and info?
They're on break.
Okay, fair. That's why we haven't seen a new episode of Stats and Info in a while.
Yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming. Did you say we have 2 new episodes?
I know a new episode.
Oh, I thought you said 2. I was like, are you making one? Because that'd be fun. If
we have not seen a new episode of Game Boy Stats and Info.
It's coming, man. It's mostly just when the Game Boy Stats and Info guy doesn't feel so tired from his other job. He has a part-time job.
So. Oh, you know him personally?
I do. I communicated with him before.
All right, cool. All right, nice.
And he works for us, so you gotta have some communication.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I usually don't communicate with anybody that I work with ever, but that's just me.
Yeah. Each their own, man.
So getting back to the topic of review bombing in general, I like it. I mean, if you are displeased, like review bombs don't happen for no reason. Like there usually is a purpose behind it. And if you are dissatisfied as a customer or even a potential customer, you should be able to let your voice be known. I'm not the guy that's like, oh, these entitled gamers are overreacting to such nonsense. No, like if you are a customer and you want to purchase a product, you should let them know why this product does not interest you. If it's for stupid reasons, then let it be for stupid reasons. But it's a reason nonetheless, and it's important to let this shit out.
I would kind of agree, except for I would like to have games be review bombed if there's a legitimate issue with the story or with the game as a whole. Not if you have a problem with that company, though. What if it's a legitimately good game? You just have a problem with that company.
Then you review bomb it. I genuinely feel like it's okay. If you explain in the review bomb why you don't want to support the game because you don't like the company, that's fine. Like if you want to review bomb Call of Duty because you don't like EA or Activision's practices of releasing one every year to the point where it gets stale, then you should let them be aware of that.
Maybe. Then I could argue you just don't buy the game.
Well, then if you want the game to improve, how else are you going to let them know to, hey, fucking knock it off every year?
Right, but you need to at least play the game first and give it a try. What if you genuinely enjoy it and like it?
Well, what if you looked at it and was like, I don't enjoy the direction that it's heading in. I want to let them know that I do not enjoy the direction that it's heading in. Because then you're just wasting $60 every year. I mean, you're just giving them money.
Okay.
It gets to a point where if you buy the game and then review it, it doesn't matter because you already gave them your money.
What I was going to say is, when you say look at the game, do you mean just, oh, I saw trailers and stuff, or like, oh, I saw a Let's Play?
I saw gameplay footage or a trailer, whatever it may be.
Because a trailer could be misleading, maybe, or it could be a part of the game, and then, you play the rest of the game, it's like, oh, 99% of this was great. It's just that one part that I saw in the trailer.
Well, what about, like, Bluffkowitz made a very good comment that I completely agree with. You buy the game for hope.
Did you say Bluffkowitz?
No, I thought, yeah, I did.
That's great. Bluffkowitz.
18. You have to put it's very
Bluffkowitz 18.
Bluffkowitz 18. You buy the game for hope. And yes, I agree with that. Unfortunately, I only have so much hope I can dish out. So I can't be buying games, get hope left and right.
I guess my side of the argument is I genuinely feel like you should review bomb if the game itself is legitimately bad. I say you dislike bomb and comment bomb every single video game trailer of all the different games from a company if you just don't like that company.
No, I think you should review bomb the game.
All right. Well, I guess
if you dislike what you're seeing, if you dislike where the product is, if you dislike what you're seeing from the product, you should have the right to dislike it without having to buy it.
I think Blefkowitz, 18, makes a great point here, Chris. That you're a Knicks and Mets fan. I mean, the hope has to go to video games, Chris.
Unfortunately, I'm a Knicks fan, Mets fan, Jets fan, and Islanders fan, and I have lost all hope decades ago. So no, I do not have any I don't have any remaining hope in my body to give out. So fuck it.
All right, you know what, Chris? I say we take a 30-second here to just mourn your hope.
I'm gonna get a few good whacks in.
All right. Yeah. So
All right, I'm all good.
How'd that go for you, man?
It went nice. It went nice. I feel way better now.
Nice. You feel a little bit more relieved?
A little bit more relieved, a little bit more relaxed. I'm ready to take on the world. By the way, VentureBeat is a real website.
Okay. So Jeff Grubb, the douchebag, writes for a real website where you have to, I guess, pay for his podcast.
Right. You can read his articles for free, but you got to pay if you want to listen to his voice.
What a fucking douche.
That's such a douche move.
That is extremely douche move.
There's billions of podcasts out on the internet, but mine is so important you need to pay to listen to it.
Here's the deal. How just delusional, two, just so caught up in yourself do you have to be like, I know all the best video game insiding information. The only way you can get it is to pay me. Really?
You have to be on Adam Sessler levels.
That's true, man. That's very true. Fuck Adam Sessler. G4 failed, then it's gonna fail now.
Wise words from a wise man. Who were those? Who was that man that said that?
Oh, it's Adam Johns, and hopefully soon. I know that computer elites are after him, and hopefully he can find a way to get back on the airwaves here and broadcast again.
What's he? What's the name of the video streaming platform he's on right now? It's like deleted stream or something like that.
So he's got computerplanet.com.
Right. Right.
He's got God, what? What?
Oh, he has a johnsfiles.net.
He does have the John's Journals.
Yep.
.net. He's got John's Journals, which really rolls off the tongue. Let me tell you.
I like the alliteration there. It's nice.
Yeah, the John's Journals, man. They're some good journals, man. You should read those journals. He's got.
He has a bunch of different websites. There's too many to name right now, but you really should check out Adam Johns.
Yeah,
he's finding out the computer is elite. He's on the run right now, but support him in any way you can.
consolewords.com, computerplanet.tv. That's another one. I mean, we're all living in Computer Planet. Let's be real.
That's true. It's very true.
It's the Matrix, essentially. But Adam Jones is cool, man. Check him out. Great guy, friend of the show, and officially part of the Game Boys. We're hosting his stuff. But man, I'm telling you, those computer elites are really after him.
I mean, he can't even find time to record a video. It's crazy.
He can't. He's always on the run.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame about Mr. Johns.
But you know what's not a shame, Chris?
What's that?
It is apparently a brand new game that you tried out, the Nintendo Switch TM Sports Online.
Yeah, I tried the Nintendo Switch TM Sports for Nintendo Switch. I think that's legitimately the entire full name.
Has it released, or is it that little beta you did?
No, it was just a little beta. I really wanted to throw it on the stream, but unfortunately, they wouldn't let you stream it. Like, it was very clear in the text messaging. Like, not text messaging.
Hold on.
What's up?
Wait. I need to bring this up real quick. Now, for those listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Alexa TuneIn, Pandora, and iHeartRadio, you would have heard this promo. And, whoops. Sorry. You would
not that promo.
You would have heard this promo where Blefkowitz, 18, just said, can we get 2 guest stars on the pod? Adam Johns and Chad Johnson together. Well, spoiler alert, if you're going to listen to this, on the actual podcast and not the stream, we just have a promo where Adam Johns and Chad Johnson are gonna have a show together.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I am so freaking excited for this.
It is coming to the Game Boys Podcast Network. I don't know if they have a name yet, but it is happening. It is coming.
I mean, they'll think of something. Those guys are like peanut butter and jelly. They go together so perfectly.
Exactly, man. But yeah, so I just wanted to give that right now, and I think it's amazing that Bluffkowitz 18 just somehow thought about that. It's almost like he can read our minds. It's kind of weird.
That's creepy on every imaginable level.
It is very creepy. But how was Nintendo Switch TM Sports Online beta for the Nintendo Switch?
Well, Nintendo Switch TM Sports Online for the Nintendo Switch beta TM was pretty fun. I got to like crush the hopes and dreams of every 8-year-old that was trying to face me, and I destroyed them. As is tradition.
Did you also crush the hopes and dreams of your 2 nephews who won't be named and Vaporeon?
Yes, I absolutely crushed their hopes and dreams.
Okay,
but that's just normal. That's traditional.
Okay.
But the thing that frustrated me was, one, the online was still a little finicky, as it always is, because it's freaking Nintendo. 2, they didn't allow you to stream it. And I don't understand why they didn't allow you to stream it. And 3, the way they're promoting the game, no Miis. Where were the Miis? If you look at the official website for it right now, it's just a picture of just like random people. And they're clearly not in the same style as the Miis from Wii Sports. So do we get to put Miis in there? Do we not get to put Miis in there? I don't want to play as some random dude in the middle of Minnesota that plays hockey in his free time, only to support his girlfriend who impregnated at the age of 17 because he didn't wear protection. I want to play as a character that looks like me, who may or may not have done that. But the point is...
Hold on, that is oddly specific.
Look, no.
Wait, no. Backtrack here. You faced a guy in Minnesota who... Sorry, what? He does what?
That's not the point, Mike. The point is, I am frustrated about the Miis not being the main focus in this Wii Sports game, and this is a travesty against mankind. And if this isn't remedied immediately, I'm going to have to go to Nintendo and take care of business. And they do not want this. And yes, I see you're mad about it too. So we got to rise up. Gamers need to rise up and demand justice from this evil corporation.
Hold on. I highly doubt we could ever do this, but can we get a hashtag trending on Twitter?
Let's give it
a why hashtag not? Free FRII me MII. Free me.
If we get this trending on Twitter, I will personally whip my dick out for Harambe.
It'll be hold on, I'll type it into the global chat. FRIIMII. It'll be hashtag free me. All right, I'm telling you.
All right, free me so that I can play Wii Sports the way it was designed to be played.
But that's weird that they got rid of the Miis. So why do you think Nintendo is just phasing out the Miis?
I don't know if they're phasing them out entirely. I think the Miis are still going to be a part of it in some way. They're just not going to be the focus of the marketing, and they're not going to be the focus of the game itself, which is bizarre. Because that was the whole point of what made the original sports game so fun, was that you put yourself in these scenarios. Now it's just some random dude you're playing as, and no one gives a crap.
That's kind of weird. I don't know why they would do that. Just you're so random. Can you customize this random dude? I mean, it was a beta. It was a beta. So,
it was a beta.
So I mean, you're beta testing, bro. You're a beta.
I mean, unfortunately, I play video games, so I'm obviously a beta.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Soy boy beta over here.
I mean, let me do my cuck face real quick.
It's a good cuck face, man. Let me tell you.
I try.
So it was a beta. What sports did they have though during this beta?
They had fencing, but it wasn't called fencing. It was called something else, which I forgot the name of. I kicked ass in that.
Okay.
Tennis. Oh, dude. I was 1 point away from losing a tennis game against this girl, and I stormed back from 6 points down. 6 points down, and I crushed her hopes and dreams. I wish I could have streamed it to prove it, but unfortunately, Nintendo's like, lol, JK, we're not going to record your biggest video game moment on camera.
No, they'll bring everything. They're like Disney. They'll copyright everything.
Yeah, F Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo. Piece of shit.
But was it? I mean, was it the very least fun?
It was fun, but at the
Okay.
same time, the online wasn't as steady as it probably should be, considering how intense the game is. Like, if you're playing tennis for 15 minutes and it doesn't count at the last second because you got disconnected, you're gonna be fucking pissed off.
Yeah. No, you are. Yeah. And I don't know why Nintendo cannot figure out online. Makes no fucking sense to me.
Nintendo is stuck in 2003.
Hey, man. I think we're all stuck there.
I wish it was 2003. Speaking of 2003, that's when Bethesda was still relevant and made good games.
That's true. And speaking of Bethesda, Apex Legends Senior Citizen has chimed in the chat asking thoughts on Starfield. Well, Chris, I know you're a Starfield expert, so go ahead and break it down for me.
Okay, so what happens in Starfield is you're in a field and you're a star and you want to play the field. But when you're a star, you're at like the 99 percentile. And by that, I mean, you're at the top 1%. I mixed those up. You're at the top 1 percentile. And when you play the field, anything is possible. You can have any woman you want. So basically, Bethesda's making a dating simulator.
Okay. And why are they making a dating simulator?
Because God Howard has so much sexual raw energy that he wants to distribute it to his fan base. And in order to do that, he has to make a video game to turn all the betas into alphas. Hence, it's going to be Starfield.
I gotcha. So he's going to turn every single beta into an alpha.
That's right.
You know what? I can get behind that.
So that's my thoughts on Starfield.
For all the soy boys out there.
It's totally not because I know next to little about the game and have only gone based off that one trailer that Bethesda released.
They've only released one trailer. So going back to Juicehead, right?
Who's that?
What?
Who? Going back to what? Who said what?
Juicehead.
Oh, Juicehead. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so I watched his videos, as I mentioned the first.
I thought you said Drew said, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Who the F is that?"
Juicehead.
Juicehead. Got it.
Don't know who the fuck you're talking about with the other thing.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about either. So Juicehead.
So Juicehead, like I said in the first segment, he just covers a lot of Bethesda shit, and he's gone through some stuff about some recent AMAs that God Howard has done, and he was just kind of saying how, so in Starfield they're making a brand new engine just for the game, and this is gonna sound really weird. Okay,
lay it on me.
All right. I don't know if you're ready for this, but okay, he was going into how like it will be kind of like not Fallout for Space. It's going to be a little different. Okay. But he was saying how, like, oh, you're going to start off on a planet and then you will get a nice, flying aspect into it. You can discover other planets and this and this and that, right?
So this sounds exactly like No Man's Sky.
But here's the difference, right? Here's the difference.
Right.
He said it is going to be 4 times the detail and 16 times the size.
Holy shit. Take my money. Take my money right now. Here's my wallet.